Hey there everyone, welcome back to GameVine, and my name is Dave, and we are going to be reviewing Cubitos. Now Cubitos is a world all about cubes, and this is one incredible cover. They execute the box perfectly. You can see the game and what comes in the box on the very back. They have a little description on there, and I love this epic picture. It's simple. The cube has hairy legs, and it's fantastic. The theme is it's a kind of dice drafting game. If you've played Quarriors or Dice Masters, one of my favorite games of all time, you will be familiar with this game instantly. It has a few different twists to it. It's its own thing. There's not many dice drafting games out there. There are some that you can find, but I love it when they're more brought into the mold. John D. Clare designed this one, so let's go ahead and check out what's in this box, and then we'll go from there. Let's go. Okay, so this is what we get in the box, and it's cubes upon cubes upon cubes. Even the meeples are cubes. The first thing I want to point out, other than the magnificent dice that are indented and embroidered, painted really well, are these boxes. Now, I had to make these. They weren't too much trouble, and I like that they're a holder. It's very interesting, and they're cubes, sticking with the theme, but you could have easily did anything else. This is just an inflated piece for holding your dice. That's basically it. It could have been a smaller tray. You don't even need them, but it's interesting. I had trouble on maybe one or two of them, but really it wasn't that hard. It does come with this box right here. I can get it open. That you can put other things in. If you want to put the dice, cards. I just messed up all my cards here. The card stock's pretty nice. The art on it is really good. We have a linen finish on the boards of the discards and the draws and the rolls for all the players. And then you have the boards right here for the actual game. And you, of course, have the cardboard components, which are linen finish and very nice. Now, I really cannot stress that these dice, they might be a little bit on the smaller side, but they are so nice. You can easily see them, and every one of these holders here do show you what is on each face of the dice, so that is appreciated. I appreciate them. They just take up a lot of room on the table, but again, they're cool. So now let's go ahead and show you how to play with these bits. Let's go. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a brief breakdown of what's going on. Essentially, the end-all be-all is you are racing around this track, and again, there are different racetrack boards, so you have various things that you can put up here, various racetracks, and you need to get to the finish first. Now, how are you doing that? You are dice building. You start off with 7 of these gray dice and 2 of these dark gray dice. These have a 1 currency, which is going to be used to buy some of these cards, and the dark ones have a foot and a currency. See, the foot is how you move, so every foot that you roll, it allows you to move. Now, on your turn, you start off with having a hand, as many dice as you can roll, of 9. So all the ones you have right here, you can roll. But as time goes on, you buy more, and you're going to be supplying them on your board here. You can get a higher hand count if you have tokens right here, which you'll be able to get in various ways. Or for every red line that you are behind from the first player, you get an extra one. So right here, in this case, the white player would get 2 extra dice, and the orange player would get 1 extra dice, and the blue player would be rolling the same. So those red marks are important. Now, you can bust. It's all about luck. So when you're rolling these dice, you have to at least get 1 face. If you get 1 face on here, then you can continue to roll. But if you ever have some, wow, it's really bad roll, that have no face, well, you bust, and then all of them go back into the draw. So it's not the worst thing in the world, because you will tick up this thing right here, which will allow you to get points and allow you to get the little hand things up here for the larger hand count. And when I say points, I mean this is more of the currency. So let's go over the dice here. So you have these colorful dice, and all the faces are displayed on the cards here, so you know what you're getting. Now, each one of the personalized faces are going to correspond to the power that they have here. At the beginning of the game, you're going to put one of each color out, but you have various cards. I think you have 7 of each color. So some are more expensive than the other, like the brown hair one, the mystery dog. You gain 2 of the light gray dice, and you lose this. It's not optional, so it would go away. The dice, at least, that you get. And the fat cat here is you gain 1 currency, and you gain 1 gray dice if possible, and gain 3 feet. So you can really move a lot with the cat. Now you cannot move into the water unless you get something like this undercover fish. Gain 2 feet. These feet may be used on water spaces. Very cool. Rollosaurus is just gain 4 feet. It's 12 though, really expensive. Reckless cheese. Each time you push and do not bust, gain a foot. So every time you're rolling, you get a foot every kind of roll, which is great. This one's kind of like the Battle Master, the champion. Next roll, you can draw all of your red dice here and lose 1 red dice, not optional. And keep on rolling. If you were to bust, you may lose this dice not to bust. And lastly, we have the Reliever Beaver. You lose 1 dice in your roll zone. So some cards benefit you all outright, and some do have a consequence. But as you get them, you will be putting them in the discard here, and then when your draw is empty, you always just move all your dice to the draw area and draw up to your hand when you roll. And again, whenever you get hands, you can up your count of dice that you roll and or the red lines. It really couldn't be much simpler. Again, the first person to cross the finish line is the winner. In case of ties, there's various things that can break them, but that's how you play the game. Now, let me tell you what I think about it. So that is Cubitos. Whatever I think about it, it gets a 90 from me. The GameVine must play it award. Absolutely. And what I like about this game is the drafting aspect of buying the dice and rolling the dice and pushing your luck. I love pushing my luck. One of my favorite, like, just roll 'em dice games is zombie dice, and I always try to go for 13 brains. I try to get brains on all my dice, and you can push and push and push. So if you're that type of person like me that you want to push, there are cards that will mitigate the fact that if you do bust, you can just give up something in return of to either keep the dice or keep rolling. I love that. There's so many different unique twist on the dice drafting game in this small package here. It's very, very delightful, super charming, easy to teach, and the quality of the pieces are fantastic, with the exception of the folding boxes, but they're not too bad, and you can store your dice and stuff in there. I didn't actually say anything about that in the production description, but the bottom pops out relatively easy. You can put the dice in there and everything fits inside after you take the insert out. So this hits on so many levels, and the fact that everybody can just roll their dice at simultaneously and it doesn't wear out its welcome. The gameplay is fast, snappy. It's just a home run for me. There is a lot of luck, so if you don't like that, you're gonna have to go in with that mindset, and I think that knocks it down a few points. But it's dice, and they have cards in there. The replayability, because there's so many different cards and there are 4 different racetrack, I imagine that this is going to be getting expansion because it had great crowd response. So while I wait for that, I'll have a ton of material to dive into. I only played it 2 times, and I am excited to play it the 3rd time. So I'm going to try to knock out more of these games, and hopefully an expansion will come out. If you want to pick this game up yourself, it will be in the description below. I really do appreciate you clicking like and subscribe as well. My name is Dave. Until the next time, Vine Nation, you heard it here on the GameVine. I'm out. Bye. Vine Nation, we love making content here for you on the channel, and we're almost at 10,000 subscribers, so subscribe now and help us out. This video right here, I think you'll like. This video right here, YouTube thinks you'll like. Or you can just sit here and watch me dance the dinosaur for a little bit longer. You can visit us at our social media outlets, and we're going to be improving our Patreon here soon. That's all for today. Pico, it's time to go.
Good girl, Miko.